if you're already doing taxes, if you're already in the industry, it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to enhance what you already got going on. Hi, everybody. My name is Catherine Mitchell, but I'm respectfully referred to as Miss Cat. I have been doing taxes for about 5 or 6 years, but I've owned my own business, flat fee tax prepping services. I've owned that for going on 3 years now. So kind of stepped out of doing taxes for other people and now have my own brick and mortar location.
Awesome. So prior to joining Service Bureau Accelerator, did you know what a service bureau was, or was this whole thing new to you?
I've heard the term before. I didn't know what the heck it was or what kind of, benefit it had or whatever. But I did hear the term, but nobody ever broke it down. Nobody explained it. They just, kind of throw it around and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much like the secret, like we say, like
exactly
the hidden secret. All right. So you didn't know anything about what a service bureau was or anything like that prior to joining, but what made you really interested in wanting to join the Service Bureau Accelerator program? I know you were you were in the first kind of group. You joined pretty early on, I think of June of last year. So you're pretty early on. What made you interested?
I think what made me interested is was I had a particular software provider that I was using and I hated it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so to be honest with you, the bait that drew me in was just the software, just getting a more user-friendly software. I'll be honest with you, I didn't sign up thinking, oh, I want to be a service bureau. I was signing up like, hey, you can, own your own software and, so on and so forth. So I was like, okay, cool. My own branded software. So that initially, to be quite frank, is what hooked me in. But then, once I got in, the rest is history.
Right. So it's more so like, hey, I got a better deal here. Overall, exactly. The deal made sense aside from the rest of the stuff, like the overall package. Like, okay, it made more sense than what you were paying every year to the software you had.
Most definitely.
Okay, cool. So you want to talk a bit about like what you put together once you joined and how that went?
So basically, I had always wanted to do some form of tax academy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like that has always been my dream, I guess, more or less, but I did not know how to facilitate that. I had individuals, I've trained hundreds, and that's no exaggeration, but I've trained hundreds of, tax agents to learn how to do taxes, so on and so forth. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't profitable. It was a lot of me giving and not receiving back. So I had gotten to the point where I was just like, you know what, forget even trying to do anything of that nature. I kind of put it to the side. But when I joined into the Service Bureau Accelerator, and one of the main things that kind of was put or presented was like, hey, do this tax academy, it just kind of like clicked very quickly for me because it was always something that was in the back of my mind. So I just appreciate you guys giving me the tools and helping me, fine tune what was already kind of brewing inside of me. And I'm grateful for that because for me, it probably would have always just been a vision or a thought. I don't think that without this program, I would have even took the steps to do it any further. So I'm definitely appreciative of that.
Before we get into like that training aspect of that, I do want to ask you, like, what kind of packages did you end up putting together? If you want to share how much revenue, how many you sold before the season.
Yeah.
What do you want to share?
So I put together, I think my highest package maybe was like 800 or something like that. It included the software, it included the training, the main thing the way that I kind of structured or tailored mine was in a group format. So I just set up a Facebook group. We did, trainings via Zoom, and everybody, that participated seemed to really, really get a lot out of it. it took me a long time to build my content. I did a lot of my stuff from scratch. The great thing is I am kind of savvy with, Canva and some of those, tools. So I was able to record and, put together my own content. But with putting together the content, it kind of took me a little bit more time to launch because I was taking out time to develop my content. So, but even, what I would consider a late start, I still probably made about maybe 60 to 70K, upfront with, my academy. So, I'm extremely grateful because in taxes, for anybody that knows anything about tax prep, taxes is fast money. We make a lot of money in a quick amount of time, but I never even fathomed or thought like, man, I could pretty much get another 6 figures, by doing a tax account. Like, it never crossed my mind. And then to pair it with owning my own software and having these same individuals connected, to me through the software as well, and getting a small, residual off of that as well, it just was life-changing for me. Because I never would have considered anything so simplistic in my mind. Let me go get some new software. I never would have thought that it would have, transpired to be this great.
Right. Yeah. So to explain it to people that may be watching this, the tax industry, like you just said, right? Very seasonal. You make a lot of money real quick, and then you're kind of in that stagnant, I don't know what I'm going to do in the summer. Maybe you got other kind of side hustles or other businesses you do. But
for sure,
I always tell people it's really hard to get a whole other business off the ground in the time between tax seasons, right? Because by the time you get momentum in one, then tax season's back and you got to drop everything. So one of the reasons why I really like this opportunity for people and why I felt the need that, hey, more people should know about it and know how to really make money with it, is it kind of falls in line with, it's the opposite sales season, right? So once tax season is done, you can go sell this. But what you touched on was the added benefit of you're still making money off of what you did all summer during the tax season, but without really doing the work, because now you have all these people that are building their business under you, and you're getting a piece of that in however you decide to determine your fees. Do you want to share a bit about your experiences with the training, like what maybe was most valuable for you, how it helped you?
I'll be honest with you, like all the training, like I've sucked it up all like a cloth, like, like a sponge. I'll be honest with you. I would have never imagined in a million years that I would have gathered and got so much, like, of course you got a fee from us. You're supposed to provide us with something. Okay, cool. But, the training I feel like was well above and beyond anything that we paid monetarily. Even, sometimes even after the training, you guys will stay on another hour or two, just to answer any personal questions, things of that nature. So for me, the training was phenomenal. I, kind of used it and kind of put it in my back, head, especially with me being a trainer myself and having a tax academy. I can structure and build off of what you guys are teaching us, and that's what I appreciate as well. We can piggyback, everything ain't from scratch. You don't have to try to figure it out. Like, you can literally, just kind of use the tools, like, piece them together to custom fit what you want to do. And that's what I appreciate. So the training was phenomenal, over and above for, like I said, what we paid. And, I think that anybody who joins this program, they'll feel the same way. Like, you won't lose, because again, just with the software, and we'll go back to that, just with the software, I feel like what I paid for just covered the software, to be honest with you. So just to get that extra training, that extra coaching, that extra mentorship, it's above and beyond for me.
I do want to touch on the community, right? We do have, like you mentioned, you have your Facebook group, right? For your people,
yes.
We have our Facebook group that everyone's in.
Yes.
You want to share a little bit about your thoughts on the community, and has it helped you? Has it benefited you? I know you.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've been in, other Facebook groups and things of that nature, and I was kind of concerned at first that it was going to be, too much, extra, and when I say extra, you have those people that forget it's a group chat, they start posting extra stuff and doing, their own thing. But I'll be honest with you, it's really, like a little family, like everybody is supporting each other, people are really engaged, they're interacting, and then again, just a place where, like, I'll be honest with you, I've been recently putting together a lot of promo for my upcoming, Tax Academy, and I'll just share it to the group just to get some feedback, just to get, and everybody jumps in, wholeheartedly. Hey, I like that, or, can I get the information on that? So the good thing about it is, in essence, we are all competitors, but we don't function in that capacity at all. Everybody understand that one hand washes the other. We understand that, just because I light your candle, that doesn't dim mine. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we all have that understanding. And, with the leadership at the forefront, you guys kind of guide us and mold us to say, like, hey, even though you guys all do the same thing, everybody have their own path, and nobody have to hate on each other. We all, kind of in this together. And I think just having that comfort and that, that peace that, nobody's hating on me, or I can't really share really what's going on. I think that just having that group community does really help as well,
Yeah, I think that, you hit it on the head. Yeah, we try and foster that community. It's like, hey, yeah, you're all competitors, but you're really not, because, not everyone's going to, like Miss Cat as much as this person, right? But Miss Cat's going to have a whole different package, because Miss Cat's strengths are this versus this other person. Maybe they're not, maybe that's not their strength. Maybe this is their strength. So they're going to kind of attract different type of people. So I think there's plenty of money for everybody to make.
For
and
sure.
It's cool from what I see. Like, I saw you post the other day. Yeah, hey, this is my promo video. And like, you're sharing it. And a lot of people are sharing their stuff, knowing that, hey, technically everyone's competitors, but everyone's giving feedback, which I think is pretty
exactly cool. And then on top of that, I also share for inspiration as well, because there are a lot of people that may be unclear, or they may have a thing in their mind, but they may need to see it, to translate it. So I say, hey, this is what I'm doing, so that way maybe, you can piggyback, off of this,
Right,
so,
yeah, because I remember when you were launching your academy, you shared like your presentation, like, and I think some people said, oh, I get it now, right?
Exactly.
Like, I didn't understand it,
exactly.
right? But now I get it, right? So
exactly. So I guess that just kind of full circles the whole benefit, or the whole reason why you need that Facebook group. Because yes, the training is phenomenal, but we all learn in different ways. Some people are visual, some people can hear, some people, whatever. So at the end of the day, sometimes that application of the knowledge is what, takes things to the next level as well. So
what are your goals, or what are you most excited about next year? Like, what have you put pen to paper on?
Yes. So I think the thing that I'm very most excited about is, launching the Academy for real this season. So, I have put in a lot of money, because of course I'm still doing taxes. So, I get money from that. So I'm reinvesting a lot of the money, from tax prep into some marketing tools for the Tax Academy, because I see the big value for me personally on having my academy, because again, that pairs with the software. So that's kind of like a two-part sales, thing in essence, that I'm selling at one time. So I look forward to the Tax Academy. I look forward to still being a part of the SBA group, because I know that even if I'm not as much as a student this go round, I can pour it into somebody else that may be confused, or may, really have an idea, but just don't know how to spark it. So I look forward to still being a part of the SBA family and growing. And, eventually I will say this, that I traditionally, hit a certain amount of tax returns off my own hands. I think I've doubled my volume with being, a service bureau. So I know that with the marketing and the efforts that I'm putting in for this upcoming season, I hope to triple, if not even exceed that. So that's what I look forward to, is just growing, taking the knowledge and just growing and growing. And, eventually just getting to the point where I don't even have to do taxes anymore, So that's what I really look forward to. And I'm just very excited to have gotten this opportunity.
What would you tell anybody that's kind of on the fence or looking at joining the Service Bureau Accelerator program? One final thought.
If you are on the fence and if you're thinking about joining this program, I would just say go ahead and go for it, only because if you're already doing taxes, if you're already in the industry, it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to enhance what you already got going on. So if you plan to continue to do taxes, if you plan to continue to be in this industry, it's a no-brainer to join this program.